Alright, so this is a review on some products that I got a couple-ish weeks ago, maybe like a week and a half ago. It is the Color Your World with Shades of Clay. So it's like all of the new Amazonian clay stuff that's coming out. QVC had like a really good deal on it. It was like $65 for 8 things. Considering how much Tarte is when you go to like Sephora and stuff, $65 is not bad at all. I've never tried Tarte stuff before, ever. So this is like my first impression of the company and I'm quite impressed, I have to say. So I have the foundation on, we'll start with that, I suppose. So it is the Tarte Amazonian Colored Clay Liquid Foundation, which is kind of weird because it's in a tub. I really, really like the packaging. It's like a matte, like it kind of reminds me of like, it makes sense, but it reminds me of like clay or something. It's matte, it's pretty big, I would say. I got the shade medium, and when you open it, mine is kind of a mess because I just used it and it's so liquidy. There's like this little stopper to stop the product from moving. And then it's in this little jar. You can't see it very good, but there's like this little sifter in there, like a netting. Just like lets a little tiny bit up at a time. And you can just dab your brush right into the product. I personally, I think I just got some on my boob. Maybe not. I personally take the product off the lid first, just because it builds up on the lid. So there's that little stopper and it makes it so it doesn't leak the product everywhere. Not that it helped because I made a freaking mess when I just used it. I would say it's definitely like a full coverage, which is what I love. It's very smooth. It has like a nice smooth texture once it dries. It was a little difficult to apply like when I first started applying it just because I wasn't really used to the texture and I kind of put way too much on the first few times I did. It like dried a little bit darker to me. So not only did I like cake on way the hell too much, it was also a little too dark for me. The best way I can explain it is, you know, when you're putting on foundation and you're like buffing it into your like face, and as it's buffing, it's like drying. So like it starts to look like it's setting in your face as you're buffing. It didn't really do that. It just kind of kept moving liquid around my face. So it was like all streaky and crazy. And I was like, what the hell is this? Now that I know that like you kind of just got to set it, make it look as smooth as possible, and then it dries and it's perfect. So I really like it now, and don't be afraid of it when you first get it. If you get it, just kind of play around with it, and after the first few times of you making yourself look crazy and cake face, you'll get it, just like I did. I've noticed the foundation is very yellow undertone, so if you have pink undertones, I would probably steer clear of it because it's very like yellowy, like olivey. So all in all, I really like this foundation and I would probably be crazy enough to repurchase it for like the $40 just because I think it's an awesome foundation. Next is, I probably should have went in order of like how you would put them on, but I didn't. Next is Colored Clay CC Primer. So it's like a primer stick and I got it in medium. It's a little bit messy because I just used it. So it has the little green chunk and then it has the little like purpley pink chunk and then it has the two like foundation-y colors. Essentially what that does is gives you like really light coverage to balance out your skin tone, like if your skin is blotchy and uneven. And it also, what the green and the purple do is balances out different colors on your face. So like if you have like bags under your eyes, it'll cancel out that. If you have like red patches, I know like sometimes I'll get like little bits of red on my cheeks and it'll cancel out the redness, so it just like evens your whole face, so it's easier to cover with the foundation. Just like I said with the foundation is very yellow toned, So again, if you are pink toned, you're gonna look crazy. Your face is gonna be a completely different color than your neck. So if you're pink, I just wouldn't try the CC or the foundation. I would definitely buy this. I wish I had the prices of everything. You can't even like look them up yet because they haven't come out yet. But there's a lot of product in here. Like I've already been using this for like a couple weeks now, like every day. And there's still a ton of product in here. So I really, really like this. Even alone, like wearing it is like, instead of like a BB cream, like I could totally just walk out of my house wearing just this because it's like such a nice coverage. Like it's almost like foundation worthy to me. So the way I apply this is because it's a stick. The way I apply this is I just like draw it all over my face, and I definitely make sure to get like under my eyes and on my cheeks really well because that is where I sometimes have some discoloration. I take my Real Techniques stippling brush and I just buff it all over my face so it's all even. So I really love this and I would totally buy it again. Next is, so it came with this Tarte brush and it doesn't have any way of determining what kind of brush it is. It is like an angled, tapered, very dense brush. I use this to apply my foundation. It's in perfectly in that little divot in it where the net is. I love it. It is like my new favorite foundation brush. It's so small that like, I feel like it works very well for this foundation, but I feel like it'll work really good for other foundations on top of it because it is so dense that I feel like it'll be very nice for foundations that you would buff in. I think that's kind of what threw me off about that foundation is like this looks like a buffing brush. Like this looks like you are going to buff this into your skin, and that's not really the case. So I love this brush and it has been one of my favorites so far. Next is the Tarte Amazonian Colored Clay Bronzer Blush. So it looks like this. Again, really cute packaging. This is like a glossy finish though. And you have a big mirror. And then the other side is this awesome bronzer blush. It's pink bronze. So it has like a couple different little, I don't know if you can really see very good. There's like two little green ones, and then there's two light brown, two dark brown, two dark pink, two light pink. It's very, I would say it's more pink than it is brown. Like it shows up more pink on my skin, so I still use like a bronzer underneath. I used it today, not very much, just because I was kind of feeling more bronzy today than I was blush. This is kind of more like shimmery. It like is very shimmery. So I like it, but I think I'll like this a lot more in the summer when I'm tan and I'm not like really using bronzer very much. I really do like it very much. I don't know if I can even like swatch it. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, probably not. So I really, really like this. I would be curious to try like the other Tarte blushes, maybe one that's not so shimmery. Next is Tarte Colored Clay Black Eyeliner Retractable Pencil. I am very picky about my eyeliners, especially the one that I use on like my waterline and my tight line, because I find that a lot of really creamy ones run after like a few hours on me. Like the 24/7 ones, I really like the 24/7 ones and I really want to like them even more, but I feel like they run after a few hours if I'm using it a lot. So I don't know if my eyes just like don't like the formula after a little while, but they just don't, I don't love using them very often. My go-to one for years has been Rimmel's like kohl liner. Like it's one that you sharpen. Like that has been my go-to eyeliner for like years. So I got this and I was like, it's probably gonna be okay. Like I'll use it, but I probably won't like it. I love it. It is an awesome, awesome eyeliner. And I really haven't experienced very much running, like maybe ever so slightly, but not enough to like make me be like, oh, my makeup looks horrible. I'm really happy with this, and I again just use it to tightline and waterline, so I really like that. And next is it came with it came with the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, which I've seen for years in Sephora, and I've never gotten it. I thought the packaging was kind of weird, like it's in this like little case, like I don't know, you can't take it out of the case, like, but I actually really do like the packaging. I think it's cute and it stands out from other mascaras. It's just this smaller brush. I would say that it's a good mascara. It's not my favorite. It has by no means taken over my favorite spot. I do really like it and I have been using it quite frequently, but it definitely is not the best one that I've ever used. I may or may not repurchase it. I'm not really sure at this point. It is a very nice mascara, and I have been doing like 2 coats, and that's what I used today, is 2 coats of it on my eyelashes. I do like this. I would recommend it. I don't get like a ton of high-end stuff, and when I first started doing makeup I was really into buying high-end stuff, but if you like high-end stuff, I would totally recommend every single product. If I was into buying mostly high-end products, I would buy all of this stuff again. It's just like a personal thing of like, I have found my holy grails of drugstore makeup, and really my only high-end stuff that I use very often is usually eyeshadow. So with that being said, if I were a high-end person, I would buy this stuff on a regular basis. Last but not least is this Tarte Lip Surgeon's lip gloss. I guess that's the color, is True Love. So it's just this really nice like pinky red. Do a swatch of it. Looks like that. And it has like little shimmers in it. It smells actually very similar to MAC's Dazzle glasses. The texture is, I would say, about the same as a Dazzle glass. Very, very similar to a Dazzle glass to me. I'm just not really huge on reddish lips, like red, and I'll do like baby pinks and nudes usually. But I did wear this like the day I got it, and it was very nice, very long lasting. The stickiness didn't really bother me very much, and the smell was awesome. I like wanted to eat it off my lips the whole time I had it on. So I really like these, and I will probably look into these in like more wearable colors for me, like more like baby pinks. So that is the makeup part of it. And I got this Tarte bag, came with it, and I haven't opened it, obviously. It's just this little like makeup pouch. I'm not sure if QVC, last time I looked, which was a few days ago, QVC still had this kit for $65. I'm not really sure if they still do, so don't quote me. It's supposed to come in like, I want to say it said like 3 to 5 days. It came in like 3 days. Like, it was on my doorstep. So I was really impressed with the shipping. So thank you for watching this review. I hope it was helpful. If I didn't answer any of your questions, or I was like unclear about anything because I'm such a scatterbrain right now, please leave a comment below and ask me whatever you need to ask me, or if you have any input about these products, or if you have a better way to put on the foundation than what I've figured out, please leave it below. I would love to know. Make sure you thumbs up this video because you can, and it's free.